Okay, today I want to talk to you guys about the cost of a dream. Okay, my name is Brian Evans. I happen to be a filmmaker and an actor in New York City. Now, it had been a really long time since I had a chance to make a feature film. We had this feature that I wrote. An Oscar-winning actor was attached to play the lead role, and pulling all the elements together to get the film done was taking forever. I couldn't take it anymore, quite honestly, and I decided it was getting late in the year. I wanted to do something, and so I decided to borrow $4,000 and start making a different film. I had read about these 36 questions in the New York Times that was built to make two complete strangers fall in love. It was put together by a psychologist, and I was just intrigued by it, and I started writing a script right away. I got permission to use those questions, and I wrote this script, and I took this $4,000 and I started. I just went ahead and I started. And I'll be honest, a couple things went wrong, okay? It was late in the year, so we were shooting in New York in December. It was freezing. My DP didn't come really prepared for the cold, so he was freezing. I had to lend him clothes, and we went out and shot a few days, and one of my crew members got COVID. Then another one got COVID. Our crew was so small that we really were going to have trouble continuing to go with the crew that we had, and then the death blow. My leading actress got COVID as well, so we had to shut down. And it kept going like that for a while, where we didn't have everything we needed, but I kept moving and kept going and kept figuring it out. And then it happened, okay? We're shooting outside. We made it to the last day. And we're out near Columbus Circle in Manhattan. I'm shooting with an actress who has a really big following, over $1 billion in box office, and people were ruining the shot. They saw her, they recognized her, they were trying to get, shoot from their phone to prove to their friends that they were seeing her shoot this film. They were getting into the shot. It was, the sun was going down. We were losing our light. It was the last day of the shoot. And if I didn't get this shot, I was going to lose a lot of money, and I was going to lose a shot that I absolutely needed for the film. It was crazy. I was frustrated. I was trying to get people out of the shot. And you know what I realized in that moment? And this blew me away. I realized in that moment that I was living my dream. You wouldn't believe how many times in New York City that I walked by a film set, just like the one that I was currently running. And I was that person. I wasn't, jumping in the shot, but I stopped. I wanted to see what was going on. I wanted to see what was happening, who was in the film. And when I saw somebody I knew, I was excited about that. And so it immediately changed my perspective, but it did make me realize, one, as much as everything crazy that was going on, I was having fun. Two, I was shooting with an actress I had watched on screen for the last 20 or 30 years with $1 billion box office. People were stopping to see what was going on with the film, but it was my film. I was directing. I wrote it. I was also starring. I was doing all the things that I dreamed I would do when I first did my first feature film years and years ago. Everything was happening, and it took me a second to realize I was living my dream. Now, don't get me wrong. The things that happen when you're filming something, there are always some problems. It's always challenging. It's always something that requires every part of my brain. But even though that frustration, the crazy, all of that, it's completely 100% worth it. In that moment, I realized, man, I'm happy. I didn't have someone over my shoulder telling me how to make this film. I didn't have someone that was sitting in an office determining how I should spend my money. I made this film. I pulled together the resources. I reached out to that office and got that $1 billion actress to be part of what I was doing. I did that, and I didn't have anybody to answer to but me. It was my dream. And if you've ever thought about living your dream, doing something that is maybe difficult, challenging, scary, I'm just going to make the suggestion that you get started. Okay? Start today. I didn't have all the resources when I started this. I had $4,000, but I was able to find the rest of the money I needed along the way because I started. Because I shot some footage and got the chance to show people what we were doing. That I shot stills on set and people could see that we were making it happen. That I went out on the streets of New York when it was freezing cold and we braved the situation and we braved dealing with COVID and that outbreak, and we braved all the problems that came along with it. But I remember sitting and editing and just how happy I was that I went ahead and got started, because it wouldn't exist today if I hadn't. We're going to be releasing that film later this year. We're excited about that. I'm excited about the opportunities that it's now providing for me. And if you ever thought about going out and doing something that scared you a little bit, know that the dream is worth every penny. And I'm obviously speaking metaphorically, because it's not really about money. It's worth the risk. It's worth the challenge. It's worth the frustrations, because look, that's what we're here for, guys. That's what we're here for, to live. It's not to do something safe and mediocre and boring and something that just doesn't light us up. It's about doing the thing that we love and doing the work that we love. Okay? So check out the links in the description. Reach out to me and tell me what dream you're working on, guys. Or just put it in the comments right here, because I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to know what you're working on. And I'm going to encourage you that whatever it is, start today. If you don't have the money, make the call. If you can't make the call, send an email. If you have to ask a friend, ask a friend. But get started doing the thing that you love to do. Do it today, because there's nothing in the world like living your dream. And if you actually get started today, maybe you'll wake up in a moment in a year or 6 months or 2 years or 5 years and realize you're living yours too. Okay? I'm Brian Evans. I hope to talk to you guys soon, but get started. The dream's worth every penny.